Education isn't just about knowing the right answers. It's about knowing what questions to ask. What impact can our research have on reducing climate change? Why do humans need a supportive environment to show who they really are? How can we innovate to prepare our graduates for the industry of the future? Where can we make changes to enhance accessibility? When will we have a society based on inclusiveness and fairness? Who makes community? At the Technological University of the Shannon Midlands Midwest, we prepare students to ask the questions that will define the future success of our society. Across our 6 campuses of Clare Street and Moylish in Limerick, Athlone, Clonmel, Thurles and Ennis, we have the people, we have the passion and the technology that creates space for learning, where knowledge thrives. The future belongs to those who can find patterns and imagine a new way to apply traditional disciplines. Our future leaders will have the empathy and the observational skills to see how the world works and how it could be better. They will ask what, they will ask why, where, when, who, how. This questioning spirit, this thirst for knowledge, this drive for innovation flows deep in our university. TUS, where knowledge flows deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, and our second graduation ceremony for our Midlands campus. Over the course of all 11 ceremonies in Toulouse, more than 4,000 students will graduate and will be the first members of the Toulouse alumni. Graduation Day brings with it a roller coaster of emotions for graduands and your families alike. It is a time of celebration and achievement. There is reflection on past trials and successes, as well as great hope for the future. As a parent, family member, or guardian of these graduates here today, you have done your job of shaping their minds and filling their hearts. Now it's time to take a step back and to let them shine. All of their hard work has trained them for what is about to become. The order of ceremonies is in your booklet, and this is the second graduation ceremony out of 7 that we have over the course of the 3 days across our 4 faculties on this campus. A couple of safety issues. Fire exits are very clearly marked, 2 behind me, 2 at the side, and indeed the entrance point within which you enter the arena. In the unlikely event of a fire operating, please follow my colleagues and our stewards safely towards the fire exits. In addition, please keep all aisles free of belongings so the conferees will have free movement to and from the stage during the ceremony. Please note that we are strictly adhering to COVID guidelines and you are required to wear your mask throughout the ceremony, and please remain in your allocated seats. As you will see, we have a photographer here with us today, Jeff Harvey Photography and Pat from Lafayette Photography. They are all here in the arena to capture special moments from the ceremony that we will be sharing on social. Individual photographs will be taken over in the MPH by Lafayette Photography once you have pre-booked. With regards to applause, because there are so many graduates here to be graduated and conferred with this morning, at the end of each programme, your head of department will instruct you to stand up and take a well-deserved collective standing ovation and clap for everybody collectively rather than individual applause. During our ceremony this morning, we will confer each row of conferees via the programme as set out in the graduation booklet. Just follow our colleagues to the bottom of the stage behind our screens. You will enter the stage on the left-hand side and exit over here on the right-hand side. When your name is called by your head of department, you will walk onto the platform to receive your parchment from our president. Our music today is provided by the 2nd Brigade Band from the Defence Forces, who are expertly conducted by Captain Thomas Kelly. We are very grateful that they are able to provide a wonderful accompaniment for our ceremonies this morning. The music adds a lovely element in this arena this morning. So can I please express our gratitude by giving them a round of applause. Can you please make sure that your mobile phones are turned off or certainly turned to silent? And a reminder for all guests on campus that our campus is proudly a non-smoking and fully non-vaping campus. So if you could please respect that. At the commencement of the academic ceremony in just a moment, I'm going to ask everybody to stand as the academic procession proceeds into the arena, up the central aisle, and they will gather here on the platform to my left-hand side. I will ask you all to remain standing until the academic procession has concluded and all parties are on the stage and seated. So, to give you a little bit of background into the history and significance into some of the elements that form part of our ceremony this morning. Our academic procession is hierarchical, with our academics and head of departments walking into the arena first. This is then followed by our President of TUS, Professor Vincent Conan, Registrar and Vice President of Academic Affairs, Francis O'Connell, Chair of our governing body, Josephine Feely, and the Dean of Faculty of Science and Health, Dr. Don Fowler. The academic dress that you are wearing this morning adds colour, spectacle, and a sense of occasion to our conferring ceremonies. The gown, hood, sleeves, and caps and colours are all distinctive elements of academic dress. Bonnets are worn by our President, Registrar, and Chair of our governing body. There is a graduation tradition called the turning of the tassel. Tassels are black for the motorboard caps, and all graduates should wear their tassel to the right-hand side of the motorboard cap until they have been conferred with the award, and then you place the tassel to the left-hand side, hence the tradition turning of the tassel. I see everybody correcting themselves now, which is good. So make sure you turn the tassel afterwards. This tradition symbolises your transition from student to graduate. So my advice is to sit back and enjoy our graduation ceremony this morning. Orrin Hatch once said that graduation is not the end, it is the beginning. So ladies and gentlemen, if we are all ready, we will stand and begin our graduation ceremony for the Technological University of the Shannon.
Please be seated. Good morning, everybody. Díobh go léir agus fáilte go bata luan. President, Chair of Governing Body, members of Governing Body, distinguished members of staff, graduates, family, guardian and friends, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands, Midwest, and the second of our 7 conferring ceremonies to be conducted on the Athlone campus of our Technological University, which are occurring over 3 days, encompassing 4 faculties: the Faculty of Continuing Professional Online and Distance Learning, the Faculty of Science and Health, the Faculty of Business and Hospitality, and the Faculty of Engineering and Informatics. Today is a very proud day as we celebrate in person these inaugural TUS graduations with you, our graduates. During these ceremonies, we will confer over 2,275 academic awards from level 6 to level 10, including 1,944 undergraduate awards, 316 postgraduate awards, 3 Masters by Research and 9 PhDs. My name is Frances O'Connell, the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Registrar, and today it is my honour and privilege to act as your MC for this conferring session. The conferring session is actually the highlight of our academic calendar, one that brings great joy not only to you, our graduates and your family, and your guests and your friends. It is of a great pride to us in our university community, made up of academics, professional, faculty and support staff that have supported you directly and indirectly on your academic journey that culminates today with your conferring. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the members of the presiding top table at this conferring ceremony. From left to right as you view them, Ms. Cormac Cormac from the Quality Office, Professor Vincent Canaan, President of the Technological University of the Shannon Midlands Midwest, Ms. Josephine Feherty, Chair of the Governing Body of the Technological University, Mr. Oliver Hegarty, the Head of the Department of Social Sciences, who is representing the Dean of the Faculty of Science and Health, Dr. Don Fowler, who unfortunately cannot be with us this morning. I'd also like to welcome Dr. Maura Brophy, the Dean of Graduate Studies and Research, onto our top table. I'd also like to welcome members of the academic staff in the faculty and the department, both on the stage and also in the audience. We're also joined today by members of the governing body, and you are all very welcome also. Before we commence the formal proceedings, I welcome and thank the 2nd Brigade Army Band for their contribution to today's ceremony, celebrating your special day through music, under the stewardship of Captain Thomas Kelly. Finally, and most importantly, I welcome you, our graduates. This day is all about marking your academic achievement. It is a day that you get to publicly celebrate this with your family, guardians and friends, and the community of staff right across our technological university. We stand with you today to acknowledge formally this significant milestone in your life and career. So just to give you a short overview of today's graduation ceremony, we'll start with the formal address by the chairperson of the governing body, Ms. Josephine Feherty. It will be followed by the formal commencement of the conferring ceremony by the President, Professor Vincent Canaan, and the notice of the conferral of awards. The Dean of your faculty will then introduce the awards to be presented for each graduate's name, and that will be called individually by your head of department under your class group. It will then be followed by a formal address by the President, Professor Vincent Canaan. So I now call upon the Chair of our governing body, Ms. Josephine Feherty, to address you today. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. A chuoine úsle ilig is mór an ordamsa fáilte a choróibh maidin se. Chuig an céad searmanis bronta céime de chuid na hallscoile teicneolaíochta nua tús Lár Tíre agus Amáníorthair. Chun rang fiche héan a ahint agus a ceiliúra. Chógáirdeas go mór live go léir. Welcome, distinguished guests, and welcome especially to you, our graduates. It is a huge honour for me to be here today with you for the inaugural graduation ceremony of TUS, the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands and Midwest. And today we recognise and celebrate the class of 2021. Congratulations to all of you. It's my privilege to be the first chair of the first governing body of Ireland's first trans-regional university. A lot of firsts in that, but it's a big day. The launch of TUS on October the 1st, 2021 was a significant day in the educational life of this country and in the social and economic development of the Midlands and Midwest regions. Designation as a technological university will enable TUS to build on the achievements and successes of its forebears, the Athlone Institute of Technology and Limerick Institute of Technology. It will open up capacity and provide access to the highest level of education, technology and research to a hinterland of 850,000 people and growing. TUS is a new kind of university, one which will drive enhanced development across the Midlands and Midwest, with a consolidation of expertise that will further strengthen its competitiveness as a region and its attractiveness to business. For example, research of national importance is already underway in TUS's Athlone campus in areas such as the circular economy, smart drug delivery, and sterilisation. TUS will also make a big impact internationally. Even though it's Ireland's newest university, your alma mater has an educational footprint in 105 countries across the globe. On the Athlone campus alone, we have students from 84 nations around the world, reflecting the globalised nature of this campus. This last 18 months have posed unprecedented challenges for all of us, including for the higher education sector, which makes it even more remarkable that the development of TUS largely occurred during this global pandemic, and it's a huge credit to all concerned. The launch, however, was only phase one. The challenge now is to consolidate and grow, to develop and thrive, and to exploit the opportunities available to TUS while holding on to the ethos of both AIT and LIT, an ethos of supporting access to education, of responsiveness to business, and to the communities which our 6 campuses serve. The last 18 months have also meant that you, our graduates today, have not had a typical student's path to your graduation. You've had your studies disrupted, not to mention your social lives. If you're making up for lost time on the social lives side, can I ask you to do so carefully, please, for your own sakes? Your next steps and your life and work choices may also have been impacted by the last 18 months, and perhaps some of those impacts will be for the better. I hope so. You've had one other change which I hope you will view as positive. You signed up to study in Athlone Institute of Technology, and you graduate today with an award from a technological university. You, the class of 2021, are and always will be the first ever to receive an award from TUS. And as the first graduates of TUS, I hope you will remain fiercely proud of your alma mater and work with us to collectively leverage the Midlands and Midwest regions for the betterment of all who reside here as we move towards a post-pandemic life, a life which feels as if it will be different somehow. You should also be fiercely proud of yourselves. It took focus and resilience, as well as hard work, to achieve the successes which you are celebrating here today. Give yourselves a large pat on the back. Say thank you to those who supported you, your families, your friends, your tutors. You know who they are. And I wish you every possible success in the next phase of your lives, wherever that may take you. Cógáird has a ríis the rang fiche héan. Bachordíomh anbhródúil fad. Guim gachra oribh as seo amach. Cibé bóthar arán óisibh. Gur míle mahagibh is go nairi liv go léir. Thank you.
Josephine, thank you for your very warm address and the recognition of the exciting times that lie ahead for us in the context of the challenges we've gone through, recognising our history and culture. President, I now call upon you to officially commence the academic conferring and the conferral of awards.
Harcion, the Hallscall Technoliachta Nashona, Larchira, Laharlar, Brodum Datnach Tani, Oglamori, the Hallscall Technoliachta, Ata Taresh and Cagdan Shin a Wanchamak. Auxerum, go Corfer na Hoglamori Shin a Malahar, Conabar a Horbert Dev go Farmul. On behalf of the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Technological University who have achieved the standard for those awards, and I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
Thank you, President. I'm now delighted to invite Mr. Oliver Hegarty on behalf of the Faculty of Science and Health to present his conferees for award. Those to be conferred are outlined in your conferring booklet from page 14 to page 19.
It is my great pleasure to have the opportunity to join the President in welcoming to our ceremony my faculty colleagues, most importantly, families, friends, and members, of course, of the 2021 graduating classes. Today we celebrate a moment of real consequence in the lives of graduates across our 4 departments within the Faculty of Health and Science, and these departments include the Department of Sport and Health Sciences, the Department of Social Sciences, the Department of Life and Physical Sciences, and the Department of Nursing and Healthcare. We recognise that all our conferees on programmes from level 6 to level 10, spanning diverse fields of study from biotechnology to social care practice, and from health science to pharmacy technician. On behalf of my faculty colleagues, I want to offer our warmest congratulations to all of our graduates. I know that we've asked a lot of you during your time with us, and you in turn have responded with dedication, perseverance, good humour, and of course, very hard work. President, I am satisfied that the candidates before us today have successfully completed programmes of study within the Faculty of Science and Health, and are worthy of the awards to be conferred upon them. I am proud to invite you to present their parchments. I now call upon my fellow head of department, Dr. Aoife Lane, who will introduce the conferees in the Department of Sport and Health Sciences.
President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the Faculty of Science and Health, Department of Sport and Health Sciences, and are worthy of the award Bachelor of Science Honours in Nutrition and Health Science. Louise Burns. Nicola Cahill. Sinead Costello. Mark Coughlin. Emma Dolan. Megan Duffy. Rebecca Foster. Anne-Marie Gilsonen. Emer Gregory. Claire Higginbotham. Oisin Kimmage. Victoria Kreft. Connor Lillis. Cara Marlowe. Anne Mayock. Myra McNamara. Sarah Moyles. Joseph Quinn. Alison Rigney. And Ciara Ryan. May I ask that you give our graduate group a round of applause? Our second graduate group today are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Physical Activity and Health Science. Grace Finnerty. Jennifer Fitzpatrick. Chloe Gilchrist. And Michael O'Brien. Again, can we have a warm round of applause for our graduate group? Our third set of graduates today are worthy of the award Bachelor of Science Honours in Sports Science with Exercise Physiology. Gillian Armstrong. Megan Barrett. Aveen Boyle. Jonathan Brown. Cara Collins. Andrew Craig. Della Daly. Alan Doonan. Claire Dunn. Niamh Fleming. Adam Flynn. Ronan Halton. Cormac Haslam. Charlie Healy. Katrina Heffernan. Gareth Hegarty. Sam Krupa. Megan Leeson. Nathan Linsky. Tig McDonough. Kieran McDonough. Brian McDonnell. Ashlyn McGrath. David McManus. Kyle McNabola. Cian O'Dea. Craig O'Grady. Ciara O'Neill. And now we can go for a big round of applause for that graduate group. Our last set of graduates today are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Science Honours in Athletic and Rehabilitation Therapy. Conor Bracken Price. Nicole Casey. Cormac Clark. Jordan Condon. Nadine Connolly. Amy Costello. Jonathan Culleton. Aoife Curran. Amy Doyle. Anna Duan. Shauna Duffy. Roisin Durkin. Fiona Everard. Conor Federico. Oisin Fitzgibbon. Colin Fitzpatrick. Kellyanne Folan. Aisling Fox. Pete Gay. David Harrington. Cathal Jordan. Rachel Kelly. Eamon Kilgannon. Fergus McCormack. Aisling McDermott. James McKinney. Jack Murphy. Cathal O'Driscoll. Zooming Q. And TJ Tully. And our last big round of applause for our final graduate group.
I will now introduce the conferees from the Department of Social Sciences. And we will begin with the Bachelor of Arts in Early Years Care and Education. Rachel Conroy. Ciara Daly. Ciara Donnelly. Jordan Donoghue. Wella Doolan. Amy Errol. Nora Fagan. Claire Fielding. Gemma Gavin. Sarah Jasmine Jefferelli. Lisa Kelly. Louise Killeen. Ariana Lingy. Willow McCormick. Angela Malloy. Aoife Malachny. Niamh Moore. Sarah Murphy. Leah Rattigan. Chantel York. And that concludes the graduates from the Bachelor of Arts in Early Years Care and Education. We will now move on to the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Early Years Care and Education. Grace Barry. Alicia Brown. Noreen Bugler. Fiona Burke. Emily Cannon. Sarah Clancy. Laura Dooney. Irene Egan. Lisa Fitzpatrick. Claire Flannery. Rebecca Gagan. Emer Gilligan. Margaret Hutchison. Amy Keeley. Niamh Kelly. Amy Maher. Christina Maragakis. Karen Masters. Shauna McCahey. Tara Mullally. Saoirse Mavihal. Shauna Murray Gallagher. Quaylen Niwalya. Maeve O'Byrne. Ciara Scully. Ciara Shannon. Tara Seville Kennedy. Laura Stanley. Sarah Torpy. Shelby Wenman. And Lorraine Williams. Can you join me in a warm round of applause for the graduates from the Bachelor of Honours in Early Years Care and Education? We will now move on to the Bachelor of Arts in Applied Social Studies and Social Care programme. Chloe Bannon. Vesna Battis. Joseph Burke. Jade Callanan Flynn. Emily Carberry. Glenn Conroy. Helena Conroy. Sarah Daly. Emma Delaney. Tracy Doherty. Laura Dunnigan. Laureen Dowd. Nicola Fagan. Shannon Fahy. Megan Flannery. Mairead Flynn. Karen Gallagher. Stephen Galvin. Natasha Ganley. Jane Gatto. Claire Glynn. Kyle Hevernan. Jade Hickey. Grania Howley. Amanat Hussain. Annie Kelly. Tony Kilkenny. Caitlin Kinsella. Nuala Lynch. Michelle McCormick. Amy McLaughlin. Lucy Murray. Emma Nally. Leah Nocton. Katie O'Brien. Niall O'Brien. Anika O'Connor. Helen Okpara. Naruga Okunbor. Damian Balzuski. Elizabeth Reynolds. Martina Shortall. Dinesh Thapa. Edel Tierney. Lynn Timmons. Lauren Walton. Jade Ward. Shauna Warren. And that concludes the Bachelor of Arts in Applied Social Studies and Social Care. We will now move on to the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Applied Social Studies in Social Care. Izoe Ajawi. Alana Buckley. Sarah Burke. Claudia Claffey. Dara Clark. Amy Louise Dempsey. Katrina Donlan. Laura Dooley. Chloe Duffy. Lana Dignan. Keely Farrell. Siobhan Finley. Chloe Flynn. Roisin Flynn. Rebecca Gavigan. Chloe Glynn. Adeline Gonyora. Rebecca Gorman. Leon Gray. Melissa Halpin. Andrea Hickey. Alison Hudson. And Rosita Idahosa. Nawamaka Arunuma. Yvonne Keaveney. Donald King. Paula Lyons. Brendan Marziuska. Karen Martin. Helen McCallion, Michelle McGovern, Kaylee Moclair, Simone Monaghan, Ciara Mulligan, James Neary, Martina Niconiglia, Patricia O'Brien, Aisling O'Grady, Matthew O'Malley, Shauna O'Reilly, Karen O'Toole, Alicia Smith, Jessica Tierney, Valerie Ward, and last but not least, Nathan West. Will you join me in a warm round of applause, please, for the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Applied Social Studies and Social Care. We're now going to move on to the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Social Care Practice. Patrice Barrett. Eddie Barry. Katrina Bennett. Jennifer Boland. Laura Bracken. Rebecca Brennan. Nicole Brogan. Rebecca Brophy. Lauren Buckley. Emma Carroll. Alana Connolly, Chloe Corbett, Rebecca Cordial, Sarah Cunningham, Katie Delaney, Melissa Delaney, Darren Dempsey, Rachel Dillon, Lauren Dolan, Simone Donnelly, Rebecca Egan, Caitlin Fagan, Reese Fahey, Aoife Fallon, Aoife Finnegan, Orla Fitzpatrick, Chloe Gavin, Michaela Gagan, Laura Head, Jimmy Holcamp, Aoife Harkin, Anya Joyce, Laura Keenan, Dana Kelly, Aaron Kelly, Roisin Kenny, Cleena Kilgannon, Dervla King, Malgorzata Kowalski. Shane Lally. Jessica Lees. Kira Long. Lisa McCormick. Aisling McGrath. Maria McLaughlin. Nicole McSherry. Sinead Mullally. Aoife Mulligan. Raisa Nadakan Yergwal. Jack Noon. Kira Nolte. Shauna O'Hara. Brian O'Neill. Kim O'Neill. Nancy Poynton. Clodagh Rabbit. Shona Savage. Alison Sheehan. Siobhan Skehill. Aoife Tiernan. Laura Tuffy. Lucy Wilmore. And finally, Mariam Yusuf. Please join me in a very warm round of applause for the Bachelor of Arts Honours in Social Care Practice. We'll now move on to a short programme on this occasion, the Master of Arts in Child and Youth Studies. Emma Egan. And Marie Hunt. A warm round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver, and all of the faculty. I think we can now collectively have a round of applause at the front. Sincere congratulations to all of our graduates now conferred. I warmly welcome the Dean of Postgraduate Studies and Research, Dr. Maura Brophy, to present our Masters by Research and PhD graduates for the conferring of their awards. These are outlined on page 19 of your conferring booklet.
I hereby call on the Principal Supervisor, Dr. Aisling Jackson, to present Pauline Clark for conferring. Sorry, we have Fiona Walsh standing in for the Supervisor, Dr. Aisling Jackson, today. So if you would bring Pauline to the stage. So the title of Pauline's research is a social constructionist examination of traveller parenting values and attitudes and practices, supervised by Dr. Aisling Jackson and Dr. Colm O'Doherty. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honour that I present to you Pauline Clark, who has successfully completed a Masters of Arts in Applied Social Science by Research in the Faculty of Science and Health, Department of Social Sciences, in the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands, Midwest, and is worthy of the award of Masters by Research. So Pauline graduated from Athlone Institute of Technology in 2005 with an honours degree in Applied Social Studies and Social Care. Since then, she has worked as a project worker and project leader with Bernardo's Family Support in Mullingar and is presently employed as an inspector with HICWA. Pauline's research was carried out in partnership with Offaly Traveller Movement. Travellers were centrally involved in all stages of the research, from idea inception right through to completion. Pauline's MA is a President's Seed Fund project, and during her studies she received an Irish Association of Social Care Educators Postgraduate Bursary Award in recognition of the high quality of her work. Congratulations.
In the exercise of the powers vested in the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands, Midwest, by statute, I confer the award of Masters by Research on Pauline Clark.
So we now have the award of Postgraduate Award of Doctor of Philosophy. So I'd like to call Aoife Lane to present Sinead O'Keefe for conferring. So Sinead's thesis title is The Psychology of Musculoskeletal Injury in Elite and Sub-Elite Gaelic Footballers, supervised by Dr. Niamh Kelleher, Dr. Siobhan O'Connor and Dr. Mark Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honour that I present to you Sinead O'Keefe, who has successfully completed a PhD degree in the Faculty of Sports Science and Health. the Department of Sports Science and Health, and the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, and is worthy of the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Sinead's research examined the negative psychological responses and mental health implications associated with musculoskeletal injury in Gaelic footballers. She initially examined the prevalence of negative psychological reactions to injury in youth Gaelic footballers before completing a qualitative examination of factors inhibiting and facilitating professional mental health help seeking following injury. Sinead additionally developed a mental health literacy intervention to reduce barriers and facilitate help seeking, which showed effective results in improving the mental health literacy of Gaelic footballers. This research equips players with the tools to manage their mental health when injured and cope with stressors that can exacerbate mental health issues. Congratulations.
An exercise of the powers vested in the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, by statute, I confer the award of Doctor of Philosophy on Sinead O'Keefe.
And to all of our postgraduate research supervisors, and of course to our graduates. I now invite the President of TUS, Professor Vincent Cannan, to give his graduation address.
Adini Usla, ta ahas an dom orm, Bhí an seo you, agus ba white love a kid bhí a fáilte a cur of Galéir. So just when you thought it was all over, you got to listen to me. So graduates, parents, family members, chair of our governing body, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the new president of the Technological University of the Shannon, Midlands Midwest, it is my honour and privilege to welcome you here today to our inaugural graduation ceremonies for TUS at our Athlone campus. Our graduation session here today is the second graduation ceremony of many across our 6 TUS campuses. And over the coming weeks, we will also celebrate the inaugural graduates of TUS across our Moylish and Clare Street campuses in Limerick, also in Ennis, Thurles and Clonmel. And at the heart of each of these campuses is a dynamic, close-knit community of learners, represented in the Midlands here by 7 ceremonies across 3 days on this campus. And we will confer, as you've already heard, 1,944 undergraduates, 329 postgraduate students, including 3 Masters by Research and 9 PhDs, of which you've seen the first Masters by Research and the first PhD of that 9 and 3 just there now. So, today is a momentous day for you, our graduates, our first graduates, for your family and loved ones present in this Athlone International Arena, and those watching our graduation live stream at home. It's a proud day for our TUS Athlone campus community, who have helped you and supported you on your journey. And indeed, it is an historic day for the entire TUS family. Today, our TUS family, of which you are now alumni, comprises 6 campuses in 4 counties. We are over 14,000 students and over 2,000 staff, full-time and part-time. We are a collective region of stakeholders on this shared journey to impact today's world and lead the world of tomorrow, lead the world of tomorrow across social, cultural and economic domains. Our TUS family comprises students, staff and stakeholders who have delivered with us our shared ambition, not just to be Ireland's newest technological university, Ireland's first trans-regional university, but we want to be Ireland's best technological university. And we will become the best because of our people. And those people include each of you graduates here today, sitting in front of me as the inaugural graduates of our new university. You, the student and now the graduate, are at the heart of this technological university. Our entire community that is represented here today has shared this journey with you, supporting you along the way. This supportiveness is one of the hallmarks of our community. It makes us unique, I believe, and has enabled you to achieve your goal of graduating. To sit here today in your academic dress, proud of who you are, whom you have become during your time with us, and no doubt you are dreaming of your future, just like we are here in TUS. Our stories, yours as a graduate and ours as a fledgling university, follow a similar path. We both share those ambitions for the future. We have ambitions to be the best, to make a difference in the world, and to help shape, create, innovate, and lead within that world. However, our story, like yours, just didn't begin today. The foundations of TUS have been laid down over generations in the Midlands and Midwest through our two founding institutions, Athlone Institute of Technology and Limerick Institute of Technology. We stand on the shoulders of this knowledge, this expertise, this heritage. We respect its provenance, as it has proudly provided us with our DNA. Above me, as I stand before you today, you will note our new emblem, represented by a bridge and water. That emblem is more than symbolic. It tells our story. That bridge, our bridge, connects our communities on both sides of the Shannon to each other. It connects our regions to the rest of the country and to the world. And education itself is a bridge. It provides learners with opportunities for self-development, to succeed and to drive change. Our bridge symbolizes accessibility and inclusion, and it represents the core of our new multi-campus university as one, united. We are a region of 850,000 people, bordering almost every county in the Republic. That's too big of a statement. Almost half of every county in the Republic. And we are linked by water. The magical River Shannon's water, often referred to as the well of knowledge. It has served as an ancient route for knowledge sharing for hundreds of years. Up the river from here, as we sit today, sits Clonmacnoise, the ancient monastery on the banks of the River Shannon, founded by St. Kieran in the 6th century. The monastery flourished and became a seat of great learning, a university of its time, with students from all across Europe. It became a place of reverence and excellence in learning that typifies a period in Irish history when Ireland was known as the land of saints and scholars. At least now we're still scholars. Today, centuries later, through the beginning of our story, that sense of knowledge flows deep, and a university of our time stands proud once more on the banks of the Shannon here in the Midlands. But it's not just knowledge that flows deep in our university. Community too flows deep. And our ambition to serve as a resource for the people living in these regions and beyond, linked by the River Shannon, is unfolding. The ambition of TUS is to impact our communities, our regions, here, and indeed to have a global impact through our knowledge creation and sharing of that knowledge. We want to lead the development of our regions, here in the Midlands and the Midwest, and to sustain a virtuous cycle so that our students can study in our campuses, become graduates, and those graduates can live, work, and raise families in our regions. We want to encourage the inward investment of both Indigenous companies and foreign direct investment into our regions to strengthen our clusters that already exist in software, technology, smart manufacturing, professional services, including financial services, medical technology, and biopharmaceuticals, to name but a few. We want our university, our new type of university, a technological university, at the centre of an ever-growing regional ecosystem. Because regional development will be at the core of the Technological University of the Shannon. It is not just a legislative requirement of the TU Act of 2018, but a founding principle of TUS, and it too is deeply embedded in our DNA. Our university is about developing and enhancing our regions by working together collaboratively. It's about our stakeholders across civic, social, industry, and business realms working in a symbiotic way to achieve the shared goals of the region. It's about developing and sustaining our collaborative, cross-cutting research and further enhancing our capacity to enrich civil, social, and cultural engagement while providing all learners with new and essential access and pathways. Your story, though, your student story began when you first walked through the doors of this campus. You came from different access routes, some through CAO, some through PLC programs, further education institutions, others through our access program, and apprenticeship offerings. Through these different pathways, you became a member of this community. When you studied here, you made friends with classmates. You leaned into our teaching and learning supports and were guided each step of the way by our dedicated academic and professional management and support staff. And to those staff members right across our community, on behalf of our graduates, I thank you. Thank you for your professionalism, your support, your determination, and indeed your empathy in encouraging each of our 2,273 graduates. And whilst our community of staff provided you with the essential scaffolding, the temporary supports in one sense, to help you during your time with us, it was you graduates who did the work. You persevered through significant challenges, especially during the COVID pandemic, which forced you to adapt how you learned. You all showed remarkable resilience, agility, strength, and determination during this period. And I know it was personally challenging for a number of you. In fact, for so many of you. And there were struggles along the way. And during those struggles, there were personal losses as well. But despite all of those challenges, I am so grateful to be able to stand here today as the inaugural president of TUS, our university, to hand you your parchment in person and proudly stand beside you and our community of staff to congratulate you on this very significant achievement, your graduation day. Congratulations once more. But no one becomes a graduate on their own. We all rely on others to get us through, to encourage, to provide sustenance, to be there. So to the friends and families of all our graduates, I also extend our thanks and appreciation to you. And maybe the graduates might now stand up, turn to your family, and give them a well-deserved round of applause. Go on, go for it. So that and your first paychecks might get you some, invite. To the staff, again, who helped you bring to you to this day, the graduates, I also extend, again, my deep thanks and appreciation. You too have had to adapt, to change, to overcome. COVID challenged education in a way none of us could ever have predicted. And yet, today, we have worthy graduates sitting in front of us, knowledgeable and skilled. That process of change, of course, continues on a daily basis on our new journey for all our staff, because we have to create a new technological university, one that will challenge and disrupt conventional thinking. And I very much look forward to our journey together, our transformation. And our transformation becomes part of a wider transformation, an ongoing transformation, one that I believe deeply in, the absolute transformative power of education. Education changes lives, it changes directions, it provides opportunities. And this too is part of our DNA. And now you, as inaugural alumni of the new university, have the responsibility to use that transformative power that has been placed upon you to make a difference, to make an impact on people's lives and on the world within which we live. On this historic day, and mark my words, it is historic, our first graduates, you need to be out there and you can stand tall and stand proud as the first graduates of the Technological University of the Shannon. What you have achieved in the most difficult of circumstances is huge, it's immense. And along with all my colleagues, I will watch your continued journey with great interest, great pride, as you navigate your next steps in life and begin the next chapter in your story. And so, to the class of 2021 and the inaugural graduates of TUS, the Technological University of the Shannon, I wish you the best of luck and heartfelt congratulations. Gurlami Maigov Galer.
Thank you, President, and for the outline of the enormous ambition you have for the Midlands and the Midwest region, and through you as graduates, how you're going to be the fundamental building blocks of that ambition for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, colleagues, and now graduates of the class of 2021, that concludes our conferring ceremony. It would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the enormous work that has been invested in the past number of weeks to ensure that today's graduation ceremony could be conducted back on campus rather than virtually. Therefore, I'd like to now thank you, in summary, those staff who have made today run so smoothly, in particular our registry department under the leadership of Marguerite Murphy, Caroline and all the team, the Quality Office, Cora and Mary, under the leadership of our Assistant Registrar and Head of Quality, Mary Good. Cora, your diligence in ensuring the distribution of all parchments efficiently and effectively today is commendable, so thank you. To our faculty administrators led by Dervla Cleary and Janice Hughes in the Faculty of Science and Health, and to all of your team, thank you for all of your great work over the past number of weeks and days to make this possible. Our arena today has been transformed to be one of the most incredible conferring centres that I've witnessed in my career. It has been set up with dedication to be a safe and welcoming venue for us today to celebrate our conferring. This is in no small part thanks to our States team. Jerry Doonan and all of his team have done incredible work in transforming this wonderful venue for us, and I'd like to thank them most sincerely for that. A special word of thanks too to our Estates Manager, Cormac Cloonan, and our Health and Safety Officer, Fergal Sweeney, for particularly guiding the setup of our ceremonies this year to comply with our public health guidelines. Thanks also to the Head of Student Services, Ms Sarah Lecumber, for all of her work and that of our team in assisting the smooth conduct of the graduation ceremony across the campus today, including the multi-purpose hall and the canteen. Our thanks to Paul Coburn and David Kelly in the canteen for their provision of a snack to aid you on your way home post our ceremony today. Again, I'd like to thank the 2nd Brigade Army Band for their contribution to today's ceremony under Captain Thomas Kelly's stewardship. An uplifting and joyous contribution. Thank you all sincerely. As a token of our appreciation to all of those who I've mentioned, you might give everyone a hearty round of applause now as we conclude today's ceremony. As I mentioned, we invite you, our graduates and your guests, to the main canteen to avail of a snack before you leave us. To adhere to the public health guidelines this year, unfortunately, this will have to be a takeaway service. But as we mentioned, we hope to see you all back here, graduates, so you'll be bringing your guests and then we might have that proper cup of tea next year and the years beyond. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the graduation ceremony for 2021. We congratulate again you, the class of 2021, for your significant accomplishment, and now can proudly call you a member of our inaugural TUS alumni community. Along with my colleagues, I wish you continued success, happiness, health, and personal fulfilment in your future career and lives. We hope that you enjoyed the rest of your special day and evening safely in the company of your family and friends. If we can now please rise, the 2nd Brigade Band will play us out as the academic procession leaves the arena. And I now invite our graduates from the top of the hall nearest the stage to join the academic procession row by row as we leave. Ganari and Boherlath.